You were talking about like, yeah, some of the times a lot of these businesses out there, maybe especially online businesses, they don't always operate with like morals and ethics. And you just mentioned right there, like you've been burned before from it. And I think we all have too. I've bought courses before and it's actually just a shit product. And then you waste a certain amount of sum of money. How do you think people are getting taken advantage of in this online business coaching space?
Well, so I think a lot of it comes down to like there's no requirement or there's no certification around a lot of this stuff. So like, for example, like somebody does one thing one time or does no thing no time, they can technically be a coach of whatever aspect. So for me, right, I run a digital marketing agency that we just grew it from basically infancy in October after I exited my previous agency already to a 7-figure business in less than about 6 months.
Yeah.
A lot of what I teach in the mastermind that I have, over 100 members in, is all the stuff that I do in the 7-figure business. The alternative is a lot of people may or may not have ever done the thing, but they're coaching on it. And or they did the thing one time 3 years ago. They sold that business. Like the big thing in the digital marketing space and really in the coaching space is I built this business super quick. I sell it at like a margin that's very, very low. Like you would never want to tell people publicly what you sold the business before. And then you go be a coach.
Mm.
And so I'm like, no, there's a plenty of opportunity in the space to be a really, really solid coach, but also have the business operating simultaneously. Because if I'm coaching you on something and I'm not actively doing the thing, how am I going to know the trends, the insights, the strategies, the latest and greatest that would make me a better coach?
Yeah. Just a random question. Maybe you have the answer to this, maybe you don't. But it's a great point. Like anybody could come out there and if you're good at social media, you're good at marketing, and you put out a presence that, you know what, maybe people could trust you, you're probably going to succeed in this business. Are there any red flags that you can identify right away and just be like, oh, this guy's full of shit. Like this is a poser. Or do you not know?
I think there's a variety of different. I think it's based on like what it is that you're actively selling. So like, for example, right? Like one of the biggest things is if I'm going to go get coached by someone, and this is just my process, is show me what you've built. And like, I want to see under the hood. So like, for example, on our website right now, you can see my 2021 or my 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023, literally like tax reports and records.
Okay.
So like just screenshots, right? But like screenshots from our QuickBooks that says, this is what we did top line revenue. And this is what we did in profit, because I talk all the time about top line revenue and profit. So I always say is like, if you're going to go ask somebody to get coached by them, go ask for those things. And if they say, well, that's personal information, that's whatever, you got to be like, hey, I'm getting ready to spend money with you. And some of the people in my group only spend like $350 a month, but I want transparency and authenticity from the get-go. So I want people to know what they're getting under the hood. And so many people will mention as they were looking into our stuff, they're like, wow, that's really cool. I've never seen that before. And so red flag number one is if you ask them, like a lot of coaches should be asking you, hey, what's your top line revenue? What's your gross profit? Otherwise, they have no idea where you're at in business and how you can help them. So if they're going to ask you for that, you have the right to go, let me see yours too. Or what did you build and sell? And can I see the tangible things? It's not like you're going to go take it and run all over the internet with it. But if they get, a lot of them will get offensive by that. They'll say, hey, Anthony, like, why are you asking for that? Don't you believe me? Like, I'm the coach, you're the student. And so that's like the biggest red flag is I want to see what you built. They can ask you all the questions, but when you ask in return, they get offended.
Yeah, and a little bit of manipulation right in there saying, "Oh, don't you trust me?" We've all heard that. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Somewhere on the screen should direct you to somewhere else in our channel. But as always, believe foolishly.